All right, people.
Welcome, everyone.
Uh, it's me, and you know who Phil is, so yeah. So, how was your week, Phil?
It went okay.
That's good.
Got started at a new job over in my hometown. It's a local barbecue place. Really good stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that's right. You said
hmm
you get free
I love me
barbecue.
some good barbecue. So. Hmm?
Can you eat for free? Oh, no.
No. Um,
Oh, that sucks.
no.
That
I can eat for
sucks.
a discount though,
All right,
which is
guys.
probably because of all the cholesterol in there.
Yeah, my doctor said I have high cholesterol, too.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Anyways, welcome to episode 4 of Days Gone By.
Mhm.
Today we are on what year, Jay?
1965, I believe.
Yes.
And guys, I'm really sorry about that, but I didn't do any research. I was in a lot of pain over the week, so it looked like I did a little bit, but not much.
What did you find out about 65?
I only found out about the sports stuff. In '65, the New York Jets made Joe Namath the highest paid quarterback in the league, and he was guaranteed $427,000.
But this was with the American Football League.
Yep,
It was a completely different league at that point.
true.
The NFL and AFL were two different things.
But I forgot when did merge.
They merged in 1970.
Okay. So
Yeah. So
basically NFL only about 55 years old.
the way we see it today,
The way we see it today. All right, cool.
The Super Bowl has been around since 66, I want to say.
The Super Bowl?
Because the Packers three-peat started with them winning the NFL title, which was considered the World Championship. Then we won the first 2 Super Bowls after that.
Was it the Packers' first Super Bowl? Was it against the Kansas City?
Now Las Vegas Raiders. Or no. It was against the Chiefs.
Yeah. And Las
First one
Vegas
was against the Chiefs.
second.
Second one was against the Oakland Raiders at the time.
Yeah. And the third one was, I think, the Cowboys? No, not the Cowboys. Ooh.
There wasn't a third one. We didn't go to 3 straight Super Bowls.
So, yeah.
Because we won the NFL title, which was considered the World Championship at that time.
Yeah.
And then we went and faced the Chiefs and the Raiders in the next 2, which was the Super Bowl. So,
and I also found out that in 1965, my San Francisco Oakland Warriors, they traded away Wilt Chamberlain.
the Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, Golden State Warriors traded.
That must have been seismic of an event.
Yeah, it says right here, January 15th of 1965, one of the biggest trades in the NFL history, San Francisco Warriors sent Wilt Chamberlain to, where did they send?
Boston? Where?
Uh, let me see. Ooh, okay. He was a Philadelphia 76er.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he
they
got
traded into
traded
the
to the
76ers.
Sixers.
Wow. That
That
must have
was,
been a seismic event.
yeah, it was. it, I don't know why they did that. That's stupid.
Well, you can ask the Milwaukee Bucks about trading Kareem Abdul-Jabbar too.
Yeah, but that one makes sense. Because that team was not going to go anywhere. But the Warriors, they were trying to get to the basketball championship.
Or, if you want to get real technical about it, the Detroit Pistons trading Dennis Rodman to the Bulls, giving them their 6 championships.
Yeah, but they had to. Dennis Rodman needed a fresh start. He was, he
He's
was
a mental
acting.
case, I give you that, but
Yeah, he was acting out, and that team didn't want.
that that man has some serious issues. But anyway, we're on 1965 today. We're getting a little bit out of hand here.
Yeah, let me see something
So
here.
in 1965, the Vietnam War escalated.
Oh yeah, the Vietnam War escalated. That's right. And there was a
Um,
lot of people.
Lyndon Johnson was, yeah, the escalation of the Vietnam War, um, passing of the Voting Rights Act, which
Mhm.
allowed, yeah, um, and the assassination of Malcolm X.
Yeah, that's. What about?
So,
It's like
okay, the Voting Rights Act, signed by President Lyndon Johnson, aimed to eliminate discriminatory voting practices and ensure voting rights for all Americans. So basically, effectively ending Jim Crow, but
uh,
um,
yeah.
Winston Churchill passed away in 65. Um, one of the most beloved musical movies of all time, debuted in 1965, and that is The Sound of Music.
I used to watch that all the time.
I love that movie.
Every time I go to the library, that's the video that I would get out of the library.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on January 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King Jr. began a drive to register black voters. So
Right.
he actually helped black people get to the voting booths so they can vote. And that was huge, really huge. 'Cause up to that point, the the African American people were not allowed to.
Well, they were not allowed to. They were not allowed to vote with conditions of you had to be literate, you had to do this, you had to
Yeah,
do that, and there were so many things that they did not want people voting, and prevented black people from voting. So there was very big weight. There was huge ways to um, make sure that it wasn't like that anymore. Um, okay, this is a good one. In 1965, the maple leaf is adopted as the flag of Canada. So the new Canadian flag is the one we see today. Was adopted in 1965.
That's short.
Hmm?
That's not a long time.
Well, before they had a flag similar to that of Great Britain.
I know people were getting mad at me for this, but you know the maple leaf flag,
Mhm.
the maple leaf, it just looks like a marijuana leaf.
No, because it has three um, areas, whereas like a marijuana thing looks like has like 5 different leaves. So
Five different leaves.
yeah, well, there's fronds. Is what I meant to say is that it looks there's 5 fronds that extend out from the stem.
Okay. Every picture I saw,
Plus
it had
the
like
weed
3.
symbol looks like has very skinny
Mm-hmm.
leaves as well.
But yeah, in 1965, man, the war was not. You couldn't see it, and
Yep.
the war started.
Operation Rolling Thunder began, um, starting a 3.5-year aerial campaign against North Vietnam. What's up?
No, go ahead, Phil. I'm trying to.
This is also the year of Bloody Sunday in
Ooh,
Selma, Alabama.
yeah, that's
200 Alabama state troopers attacked 525 civil rights demonstrators in Selma as they attempt to march to the state capital of Montgomery.
ooh, man, that's.
On March 8th,
Mhm.
3,500 Marines landed in Da Nang, South Vietnam,
Okay.
becoming the first combat troops in Vietnam. Ground combat troops, I should say.
And it says right here, the Beatles made their first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yep.
And if you guys don't know, if you guys don't know who Ed Sullivan is, he was basically
He was
like Johnny Carson.
the Johnny Carson before Johnny Carson.
Yeah, he had his own talk show where he would interview big.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Yeah, and that was that year was
That
the
is the
first.
biggest.
Yeah,
I mean, it was seismic in its impact.
yeah, the Beatles. Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
it was it was
Well, I
it
mean,
was go down.
the fact that they grew from basically being this little outfit from Britain
Yeah, British.
to becoming basically superstars overnight. So, um, I mean, and then of course the Beatles fall into some very big controversy. Um, after their seismic rise, John Lennon famously proclaimed, "We're bigger than Jesus."
Did you remember that?
Yep.
Oh man!
So obviously they were not allowed to tour in the South anymore.
Wow! I can't believe he said that.
This is John Lennon we're talking about. He was known for being that much of a rebel.
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was the good one.
No, George Harrison was.
Yeah, but I thought Ringo Starr was the worst one out of the Beatles.
In terms of what personality?
Yeah.
No, it was always a power trip between Paul and John.
Yeah, because they were the two leaders. They started the band.
Yeah, it
And
was
we
always a
all,
power trip.
and we all know.
And then
Yeah,
you listen to George Harrison's music, and I think that guy is. I mean, let's see here.
oh, okay. I didn't know this, but in September
Hmm.
8th of 1964, I used to watch this all the time on TV, but the monkeys started the
What's
TV
up?
show. You know, the monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know what the monkeys are like
Mm-hmm.
a ripoff of the Beatles.
No, they're American. They're entirely American. But for those
Yeah,
of
but
you
they're
younger folks,
ripoff.
for those of you younger folks like me who grew up watching Shrek, when
Oh,
Donkey
you mean
sings
that one song?
"I'm a believer,"
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that's the Monkees, actually.
But you got. Uh, I used to watch this show a lot. I found out they're not a real band. They're not. They're not
What?
the monkeys. They're
They're a
not
real
a real
band.
band. They're all actors who got hired to do the
Well,
show Monkey.
here's another one that's a big band that wasn't real. Everyone knows the famous song "Sugar." Oh, honey, honey. It was performed by a cartoon, so no one knows who the hell the Archies are. There's no band called the Archies.
What is Archie? A comic book?
Yeah, that's what they wrote the song for the TV show.
You mean the cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. If you were on, if you were watching TV in '65, you were watching Lost in Space,
Oh, I
The
hate it.
Wild Wild West.
Oh,
The Andy Griffith Show is still on.
I hated those shows.
Days of Our Lives.
And it's still going on to this day. Days of our lives.
Green Acres is still on, is was on at that time. Lucille Ball's last show, the Lucy Show, was on at that time.
And guys, I used to watch all these shows. I know I wasn't even alive when these shows started. But man,
And then, if you really wanted to watch something interesting, Batman.
no. That was that was the worst
The Adam West version of
Batman.
Batman. Mm-hmm.
That was horrible. I mean, I didn't mind the actor who played Batman, Dick Red, but man, that show was horrible. It was hard to watch.
Oh man.
Hey,
Oh
Drought.
wow. So one of the biggest Looney Tunes cartoons, Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half centuries, came out in '65. Duck Dodgers and the 24th and a half century. Wow.
What is that?
So it's Daffy Duck going up into space meeting people like Marvin the Martian.
Okay.
It's just a really fun romp. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I wasn't a Daffy Duck fan per se. I was more of a Goofy guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was more into Looney Tunes than Disney.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Top songs in 1965. Let's see here. Oh boy. The Rolling Stones' biggest hit came out in 1965. I can't get no. Satisfaction came out in 65.
And this is funny too.
Huh?
In 1959, John Lennon, he passed his driver's test.
There you go. Ooh, here's a good one. Help by the Beatles came out in 65. Crying in the Chapel by Elvis came out in 65.
Ooh,
My Girl by the Temptations.
yeah, I was gonna just say that. No, that's
Mm-hmm.
my favorite band from the '60s.
Temptations. Help Me Rhonda comes out there. By the Beach Boys. King of the Road by Roger Miller. That's a good one.
Yes, Stuff, your question. Yeah. I mean, Obama Singing and Undertaker, man. It's not
Stop
interesting.
in the Name of Love. Yep.
They were too big. Okay.
She's got a ticket to ride. That's another one that came out in 65.
British guitar. Eric Clapton. Parts got numbered into the band moving away from. Okay.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ooh. My Fair Lady got the Academy Award. Yes, I'm doing fine. I'm just in a lot of pain all week. I did get some new powerful pain medication, so
Yeah, that's my favorite.
that's helping me a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, The Sound of Music was the highest selling film of 1965. And if you wanted to get your James Bond fix, there was a new one that came out that year. That was Thunderball, which was the fourth entry in the Sean Connery era. Then one of my favorite comedies of that time came out at that time too. The Great
What was
Race.
that? What?
The Great Race. It's a car race across the world.
Yeah, I heard of it, but I never watched it.
It's hilarious. It's probably one of Jack Lemmon's more, not necessarily iconic, but it's definitely underrated. One of his underrated films. Um, Von Ryan's Express. Wow, that's a good one. Von Ryan's Express. Starring Frank Sinatra, Trevor Howard, and Rafaela Cara.
Olympic gold went to the Austria
Mm-hmm.
swimming team. And there's a baseball record April 9th for that baseball game at Houston Astros beat the New York Yankees 2-1 in exhibition. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, New York Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
That was good for that long.
Yeah.
And they're still good. I mean, then they should look into the baseball thing. Dude, how can one team be so good for that many years?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't
Here's a
get it.
good one. Here's a good song that came out in '65, "Heart Full of Soul" by the Yardbirds. Now, for those of you who don't know who the Yardbirds are, it
Yeah,
was
I
a
don't know who they
band
are.
it was a band consisting of, I mean, three of the most iconic guitarists of all time: Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page,
I know two of the
all of
three.
whom ranked in the top 5 of Rolling Stone's top 100 greatest guitarists.
I know who Eric Clapton is. And
You know
who the
Jimmy
other,
Page too, I'm pretty sure.
who were the other two you mentioned?
Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page.
I know who Jimmy Page.
Jeff Beck, not a lot of people know,
Yeah, I know
but
Eric Clapton. I know Jimmy Page, but I don't know the other guy.
Jeff Beck is he's a bit underrated, but dang, can he play? Um, he's just not as recognizable as the other two because he didn't want to take the spotlight like the other ones did. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's no surprise that all of the bands that Eric Clapton was a part of, he
Well,
left.
yeah, was he part of the Eagles?
Hmm?
He,
No, Eric Clapton? Hell no.
who am
He
I
was part of Cream after he left the Yardbirds,
who am I thinking of?
and then he went and joined Derek and the Dominoes and produced Layla with that one. Um,
Oh, okay. Willie Mays broke the home run record at 512 career home run.
oh my
That
God! How about this one? I want candy.
oh yeah, I
I
know.
want candy. That
Yeah,
came out in '65.
there's a lot of stuff in
And
the wow.
wow, that's just a great year for music.
It was it, and for sports too. Wow.
All right. So the NFL championship was won by the Green Bay Packers over the Cleveland Browns that year.
But that was not a it was not an official Super Bowl.
It was not a Super Bowl, but it was considered the World's Championship because they
Yeah, it
didn't
was a
consider the
championship.
AFL. And the Buffalo Bills won the AFL championship against the Chargers.
Okay.
Ooh. The Celtics won the NBA championship against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, they did.
And the first indoor Major League Baseball game was held at the Astrodome that year.
Really? No.
Mm-hmm. What?
What? Look at something.
I don't know. That's
And
that's. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind.
what?
That was 64. Never mind.
And in 1965 was known as the muscle car era. A lot of muscle cars started to come out in 1965. That year. I know the one car that I really liked from the 1965, and that is the 1965 convertible Mustang. I fell in love with that car when I went into the high school auto shop. My high school auto shop teacher actually had a 65 Mustang convertible that he was letting the students sit up. So
Hmm.
that was great.
All right. Hmm. Yeah, there weren't major companies that started in 65 that I can find.
No,
At least ones that would be recognizable today.
yeah, there wasn't. So
I mean, other than the fact of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development was created in 65. But
ooh, there's a, ooh, that's a nice car.
what?
that that is a nice car right there.
What?
Uh,
In
no,
1965,
oh,
Ford was in its second production of its best-selling vehicle of all time until they created the F-150, the Ford Mustang.
yeah, and
It was in its second production year in 1965. Ooh, what a sweet car! They
yeah,
also
but
still had Thunderbirds, but
I
they were
don't
being
know.
phased out at that time.
The numbers were all right, but
They were better in the 50s. Ford Thunderbirds were better in the 50s. Ooh. Shelby introduced the Cobra.
and here we go.
We had a Chevrolet Impala. We had the Corvette. The Malibu was, I think,
My favorite car right there. That is my favorite.
a 65 Mustang.
Yeah, the GT 350. Oh,
The
guys.
flatback. Nice.
The first time I saw this car, like I said, it was in my high school auto shop, and my teacher had it, but it wasn't running at the time, so he let me and some other students fix it up. And wow, it was hard to fix up too because we couldn't find the original parts for it.
Right.
But man, after we got it fixed,
What was the
man,
color?
you know how loud that was?
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know. And for me, I do like a 65 Mustang convertible, but I think the best design they ever came out was the GT 350
Yeah.
fastback, the fastback Mustang. It had a higher.
Scott City, I'm doing okay. We're all doing okay, I think.
So but that's what
It's
I did.
just a sweet car. It's just a sweet car.
It is. And that is iconic. That is the iconic car from that era.
Yeah.
All the girls loved guys who drove it, and all the guys who had it loved it. So yeah,
Yep.
that's all. That's all the information that I have. Got, like I said at the beginning, I wasn't feeling that well all week, so I couldn't do that much research.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
I'm letting Phil take the lead
Let's see
today.
here.
So,
Hang on a
but
second.
I would love to get my hands on that car again. I really would.
Ooh. Here's another iconic
What is it?
car from that era. Hang on one second. Let me try and share this. Hold on. (1965) Shelby Cobra.
That's right, the Cobra.
Look at the exhaust things on this. Look at the exhaust here. I mean, this is a small car, but has a lot of torque.
Basically, that was a race car.
It was at that time.
Basically, that engine was a race car.
At that time, yeah, it was.
Yeah, you know how fast that was?
Small but quick.
Even today, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, the car was like $5,000-6,000.
Okay, let's see what the average price. Let's take a look.
It had to be like
I'm curious.
it couldn't be expensive like what cars cost today. So
Oh my God!
how much?
Wow. So if you want the Ford Mustang Shelby GT 350, you could pay $4,547 for it.
Yeah, see, I told you it was around five grand.
It's not even $5,000.
But if you add all the taxes and stuff like that,
Most dealers sold it for even less than $4,000.
but if you look at it from that year to now, that would back in the day it was 4,000. In the present, it might be about around 30, 36 in 2025. Basically, I can buy a lot of Shelbys if I so much. Audi.
If you want a top condition Shelby GT350 nowadays, you're
It's
paying
over 100 million.
you're paying $500,000.
Yeah, so I mean, whoever saved their car from the 60s, they could be rich.
Well, provided they also take care of it too. If it's just collecting dust, it ain't gonna do much.
Well, no, because you can fix it up. Any
If you
car
want
you
to
can
invest in
fix
it,
up.
if you want to invest in it,
But yeah, that's insane how cheap it is back in the day for a car.
Mhm. But that's also when the buying power of the dollar was a lot more.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I wish I had a time machine and I can go back.
Mhm.
And you know, like the third Back to the Future movie where they hid the lawyer inside the cave so he can find it. I could do the same thing. I can hide all those Shelby Shelby
In a
Buster.
time machine,
Yeah, somewhere in the mountains. Go back into the future and just go. Yep, these are all my cars. That's insane. A Shelby Mustang GT350 for $4 grand when it came out.
hmm
That's just
hmm
insane.
hmm
So yeah,
that is just nuts. Uh, Let's see here.
I'm still
A
looking
gallon of
at.
milk was about $1 in '65.
Mhm.
Some sources in some areas, a gallon of milk costs 37 cents a
God,
gallon.
that's man. Inflation now.
Oh my god.
And back in the day, it was a simpler time.
Oh
You
yeah.
didn't have, you didn't have to worry about anything.
But things were changing, and nearly every day things were changing.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Back in those days, everything was changing. Made a lot of people, a lot of the old world would be like, "It's moving too quickly." Meanwhile, the young baby boomers were like, "It's not moving quick enough."
Oh man, I don't know what it is, but when I hit my mid 30s, it seems like time is going by so fast.
hmm
It's like, oh god,
Appreciate every moment you got.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
why we're sharing this. Appreciate all the times you've had and all the times that will be.
And if you guys want us to do a certain year, just leave it in the comments, or you can just leave it in my this,
Yeah.
this Discord.
We may create a poll next week for next week's show. So yeah,
But yeah, so is there anything else?
we'll choose a year from each decade, starting with the 50s, going into the 60s, 70s, and 80s,
Well, we already did the 60s.
and 70s and 80s.
Okay, we did the 70s and we did the 80s. So maybe the
We did the
50s.
70s twice actually.
Did really?
Yeah, we did 78 and 77.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, I'm old. I can't. I can't.
It's all right. We can skip the 70s, but we'll choose 2 years from like We'll choose like 2 years from the 50s, maybe a year from the 60s, and maybe one of the 80s. We'll see.
You guys gotta give me a break. I'm doing.
I will never let you sleep.
I'm doing this podcast. I'm doing the sports podcast. I'm making videos for you guys to watch. And when football season comes around, I'm doing the live streams.
I'll
It's
never
a
let you
lot on
sleep.
my plate.
I'll never let you sleep.
And now I'm dealing with all the pain in my body, so that makes it worse. But I'm just gonna put a smile on my face because you guys like it. So you're gonna get sometimes you might get a grumpy cerebral palsy gamer.
Yeah, that's when he's feeling in a lot of pain and very tired.
Yes, it is. Phil knows about that.
Yeah, there are some streams during the playoffs that you're just like, I don't want to be here.
I really don't. I really did. But I just power through because of you guys. So
Absolutely.
you guys make it fun and you make it worthwhile.
We do all of this for you,
Yeah,
the viewer.
not really. I do it for myself too.
Oh, you like to see yourself?
Yeah.
You go to so much?
I love myself. I love watching myself. But no, guys, just kidding. Getting off the topic here, but yeah.
That's the reason why we do it. It's for you.
Yeah, you want to tell the audience anything?
If you go up here to my my channel, we'll hopefully have something. Probably tomorrow, actually. I got a little bit of time tomorrow. So.
For me, I'm bringing back my health update videos like I used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
But I'm going to the hospital tomorrow too.
Well, good luck with that. Keep us updated.
Yeah, I'm going to see my neurologist. And then on Friday, I have to go see my spine specialist. So I'm like, oh,
jeez.
It's brutal.
All right, well.
And for you guys tell me what kind of content that you guys want to see. I said, I'm running out of ideas. You too, Phil. If you can give me any ideas, it's appreciated.
Yep, same with my videos. If you ever go to my channel, that's it. Just give me suggestions, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. I'm always open to criticism. Always looking to make it better.
And let me ask you, when are you going to start back up with the
States?
States?
Once I get a little bit more stable financially. I was out of work for a little bit, so hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, when I looked at your channel, those are the most popular videos on your channel right now.
With the States?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'll probably get back to that then.
Yeah, and just like me, the interviews are the most popular thing on my channel right now. So I'm trying to get you guys a lot of interviews with YouTubers, sports analysts, wrestlers. So you're gonna get a lot of content this summer. So, but yeah, and so if you have anything more you want to plug, go right ahead.
No, don't have any more to plug.
Hey guys, let's get Phil to 100
No,
subscribers.
don't have anything else. Yep, let's get me to 100.
By the
They go 100.
yeah, by the start of football season this year. I think football starts.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think it starts September 3rd, I believe.
Also, go Canadiens tonight.
Oh yeah, they're playing hockey, right?
In the playoffs. Yep.
All right.
They're down 3 games to 1, but they've done it. But
who are they playing?
they just have to win tonight, and then they have to win tomorrow.
Yeah, who are they playing?
The Washington Capitals.
Are they any good?
I mean, the biggest thing I think was their quest for Alexander Ovechkin to beat Wayne Gretzky's goal record.
Yeah.
I think that's the big storyline of them. I don't know much about them, but apparently they have pretty good defense. So
okay. All right, Phil. Yeah. You work today, right?
yep, 12.
Okay. You have a great day, and I will put a poll out probably this Saturday.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it has a time to. So actually, people can actually vote. So what year do you want me to put in there?
We can discuss it later. So,
all right. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining us. I know it was a long episode today, but I hope you guys understand that I'm not feeling that well.
yeah.
And it's taking all my energy just to be here today. So, but every time I'm on here, I try to entertain you guys. I hope you like us, because I like you guys. So, but anyway, guys, like I always say, stay safe, be positive, and just live. And we'll see.
Live life in the present. That's the reason why it is called the present.
Yes, it is.
Because every moment is a gift.
And don't take anything for granted.
Be thankful for what you are, where you're at, and where you will be.
You guys have it better than I do. I know that for sure.
I don't know. Living out in California seems pretty nice.
Yeah, but I gotta deal with like $5 a gallon of gas. That's outrageous. I'm spending around $180 for gas sometimes. It's like, it just blows my mind. I wish we could go back to the 60s. Gas was like 99 cents or 89 cents a gallon.
Or if we go into the 50s, you'll see it at 25 cents.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that when it comes. So. But yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys probably Friday with Kenton, and we have no draft, so the Q&A is gonna come back this Friday night, and probably the video that I promised you guys that was gonna come out yesterday, it might be coming out this Monday. My editor couldn't find the time to edit the video because he was he was finishing up his school project. So
Fair enough.
yeah, but it's coming, guys. Don't worry, it's coming. All right, guys. I'll keep Friday. And Phil, thanks for coming on. It's always a blast having you on here. So thank you.
I'm happy to be here, honestly.
And thank you. And from that, got me and Phil will see you next week. So
Yep.
yeah,
Same kind of role you guys do.
I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Take care, folks.
See ya.
This has been another episode of Days Gone By.
And I can't believe it's already the 4th episode.
I know.
All right, guys. You have a great one. Peace.